What's up, my friend? How's it going? Happy New Year's Eve. If this is your first time ever seeing my handsome face on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as I will continue to create content that is inspiring, informing, and enlightening. I have to be honest, this morning I woke up very self-reflective because tomorrow starts a brand new year. And I know that I'm not alone when I say that 2020 was particularly challenging. I mean, it kicked off with Kobe Bryant passing away, then the pandemic hit. 2020 was particularly just unlike anything I've ever experienced in my lifetime. I've always learned that whenever I'm experiencing a trial, having an unpleasant experience, that those moments that aren't the best are just invitations to grow and become a better person. So this morning I woke up and I just started writing down what are some of the biggest lessons that I've learned from this year. And I came up with 10 powerful lessons that I would like to share with you. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. Here are 10 powerful lessons I learned in 2020. Number 1, take risk. My year started off rather interesting because on January 7th, which is my birthday, Capricorn gang, stand up, I quit my full-time job. It was my first job out of like grad school and as a full adult, and I worked there for 3 months and just started feeling inside myself, yo, I'm gonna make a different decision. I'm gonna have a different experience. I'm gonna leave here. So on my birthday, I walked into the hiring manager's office and said, hey, like this was a really good experience. I'm so happy to be here, but I'm gonna go ahead and go and do something different. That was a very, very risky situation because I didn't have a backup plan. I didn't have any savings. I didn't even have a job. Like I had nothing. I just had an inkling, a feeling inside of myself that said, Chris, you can do something different. And I trusted that feeling and I left my job. Taking risk is hard, but it's always worth it. And it's funny because when I first made the decision, I was like, wow, like this is really bold. Like this is really crazy. And I was unsure whether I made the right move or not. But weeks later, when the coronavirus hit and then when everyone started losing their jobs and getting furloughed, I was like, I probably would have been let go anyway. So it would have been a much better experience for me to leave on my own accord, on my own decision making than to be put out because of a pandemic. So I just say to anyone, take risk and trust yourself because I promise you it may not be easy, but it will be worth it. And I can say from experience that taking the biggest risk have always worked out for me. Number 2, don't waste time. This year, over 300,000 people lost their lives to coronavirus and people are dying every single day. And that always reminds me that I have to live life unapologetically. I don't have time to worry about what someone thinks about me, someone who doesn't like me. I don't have time to not be my most authentic true self. I have to use my time wisely. And that is one thing that moving forward in 2021, I plan to execute on. And definitely a goal of mine is to take every day, every moment and use it intentionally. Number 3, protect my peace. Sometimes when the phone rings, when someone knocks on the door or I get an email or a DM, I don't have to respond to everyone. Sometimes I just have to take a moment and just protect the peace that I have for myself because everything in life is just energy being transferred, like from one person to the next, from a song, a movie, a conversation, an experience. It's energy. There are moments where I know that someone will be coming up to me and they don't have the best energy, the best intentions, the best vibe. And I will just say, you know what? I'm not going to entertain that. I'm going to protect my peace. In 2021, I definitely plan on doing more protecting of my peace. Big lesson. Number 4, I must enjoy my friendships. I don't know if it's social media or just hip hop culture or what it is, but I feel like we're really losing authentic platonic relationships with people that are rooted in love and support and all of those positive things. I know for me, this past year, I've really made a concerted effort to see friends, get on FaceTime, call, check in with people, just say, hey, how you doing? How you feeling? And some of the best moments that I've had this year were just in those moments of hanging out with my friends. I just really encourage anyone that if you have a good friend or a best friend that you really enjoy, make sure that you take time to nurture and invest in that relationship. And if you look around and you feel like you don't have any friends, set an intention. Say, you know what, I'm gonna make a friend this year, somebody I can count on. And one thing that my mom always says is to make a friend, you have to be a friend. So if you don't have any friends, I encourage an employee to try to be more friendly with everyone that you meet. Number 5, some people aren't gonna like me. Like there are intelligent, rational people that literally take the money that they make and spend it on things that I've created, like a mug. Like there are smart people that say, I like Chris Sumlin, I'm gonna buy his mug. I like Chris and I don't even read books, but I'm gonna buy his books. And then there's other people who just say, oh, that is just not my kind of person. I am not a fan of his. He is too much, too less, too this, too that. Not cool. And I remember when I left my job, I sent out a mass email to the whole company like, hey, everybody, thanks so much for everything. I'm leaving, because that's what I noticed that people were doing when they left. I'll never forget it getting back to me that someone in the office said, oh, I'm so happy that clown is leaving. He was such a joke. That hurt my feelings because like, I know that I'm comedic and I'm fun, but I don't think that I'm like a clown. Like I read too many books, and spend too much time working on my intellectual capacity to be a clown. So that hurt my feelings when that gentleman said that. And I still remember his name. So when I make it, I'll remember him. Some people aren't gonna like me. And it's true that some people aren't gonna like you. But it's so important that every day when I look in that mirror, I like the person that I am and the person that I'm becoming. And if I can look at myself in the mirror every day and say, hey, I like that person, that's all that matters, because I will not win everyone. Some people I will lose, and that's okay. Number 6, I'm allowed to change. A couple days ago, I went to the gas station right here in my neighborhood, just wanted something to drink. As I was in the gas station, I was actually looking for a twisted tea. Like I wanted a twisted tea from the video, but they didn't have it. So I was like, what else can I get? And I remember as a young kid, I used to love Faygo Peach, like the soda Faygo Peach. So like, I'll get a Faygo Peach, right? I drank that peach soda and it was so awful. It was just like sugar juice. And that kind of taught me, just in that little moment of just having a particular preference on a carbonated beverage, that I'm allowed to change and say, you know what, this may have been who I was back then, but that's not who I am now. And so for you, for me, I just want to remind everyone that you're allowed to grow. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to be somebody one day and then be someone else another day. One thing that people try to do is when you come to that realization and you start changing, they want to hold you back to who you were and say, well, I remember when you used to. And it's just like, okay, like, do you want a cookie? Every time someone says something like that to me or gives me that type of energy, I have to remind myself, you know what? It's a new day and I'm a new person. It's a new day and I'm a new person. And then have behavior that embodies that idea. We are allowed to grow. We're allowed to change. That's a part of the human experience. So that's one thing that I plan on doing more of and inviting in my life, is giving myself permission to grow and change. Number 7, every day isn't going to be a perfect day. I think in our social media culture and TikTok, everybody's always just trying to make a moment look great. It's like, selfie, oh my God, hashtag goals. It's like sometimes I'm off my game. Sometimes I don't want to go to the gym. Sometimes I want to eat pizza rolls and chips and just watch Nintendo 64 walkthrough videos. Like every day is not going to be perfect. And so one thing for me is, instead of trying to jazz it up and make it something that it's not, accepting those moments and allowing myself to feel and just say, you know what, every day is not going to be perfect. This wasn't a good day, but I will pick myself up tomorrow and try again. And that's okay. Number 8, life is a revolving door. People come in and out of life, and that's okay. One thing that I kind of struggle with is always trying to hold on to people. Like when I really like someone, I really enjoy them, I really and have a good time being their friend, I just want to like be obsessed and just like, oh my gosh, let's hang out, let's talk every day, da, da, da. And like sometimes you're gonna grow apart. I've also been accepting that sometimes you don't just grow apart, but sometimes there's a falling out, like where you and a person that you were cool with at one point just aren't there anymore. And allowing myself to say, okay, we may have been what we were back then, but that's not where we are now. And just allowing people to come into my life, having an open hand to say, hey, come on in, let me meet someone new. And then also having an open hand in my life to say, hey, I don't want this person in my life, they're out, and that's okay. Accepting that life is a revolving door and that people will come in and out of my life. Big, big lesson. Number 9, practice gratitude daily. With the coronavirus pandemic and everything going on, there's a lot of disparities and just hurt in the world. Like it really is going down. I read the news every day for like 2 hours. I'm just like, there is some crazy things happening in our world. One thing that I do whenever I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling depressed, when I'm not having a perfect day, is just, okay, what are some things I can be grateful for? My health, right? My home, right? My family, my mother, my friends. I just really try to practice gratitude on just the littlest things. You may not have anything but your breath. Like, thank you, God, I'm still here. There's always something to be grateful for. So it's just about finding those things and meditating on them to pull yourself out of a dark moment. Number 10, have fun. Life is really hard. My all-time favorite song, here's a random fact about me. My all-time favorite song is The Sign by Ace of Base. And in that song, the artist says, life is demanding without understanding. I love it. That is my song. And so life is demanding, you know what I mean, without understanding. And sometimes it's just so important just to have fun. A lot of people kind of put me in this box because they're like, oh, you have all these kids that look up to you and you're an intellectual, you read. And I'm like, no, I can be all those things, but sometimes I'm going to dance. Sometimes I'm going to be out and just, oh, I feel a groove. And there being nothing wrong with that. And I hate when people try to make it seem like having fun or moving your body or letting loose is sometimes like emasculating or not the most masculine thing. Like, I'm going to live my life and just have a good time. I never want to be that person at a club that's like sitting on the wall. You know what I mean? Or just watching the other person have a good time. I like to sing. That's fun for me. I'm a sing. I like to dance. I'm a dance. I was in the bathroom the other day and I was just enjoying myself. I'm talking square biz with you, baby. Square biz. Made me feel good. Some people think I can't sing. Some people think I can't dance, but it's fun for me. And it's so important that wherever we go through, wherever we are, that we cultivate just having a good time and having some fun every now and then, you know? Well, my friend, thanks so much for watching this video. I'm definitely going to be creating more content in 2021. I got my ring light. I got this really cool microphone. I've been teaching myself Adobe Audition and Final Cut Pro simultaneously, and 2021 is going to be a creative year for me. So just go ahead and subscribe. If there's anything that I said that stuck out to you, that made you feel good, or an aha moment that you had, let me know. Reach out to me, text me, leave it in the comments, and just be in touch, because 2020 was challenging, but I must say, as I look back over the year, it was the best year of my life. Why? Because every day I got stronger. Every day I learned more. I experienced something different, and it made me a better person. The person I am right now looking at this camera is the person I'd rather be than who I was December 31st, 2019, because every single day I grew and I learned. There's a song that says, I'm stronger than I've been before, and that's the truth, because what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. The fact that I'm here today, having this experience, about to start another new year, another birthday, I'm grateful. And I invite and encourage you to really get still as we go into this new year and write down some things that you're grateful for. What are some big lessons that you learned in 2020? And I hope that you set the tone for an amazing year. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll catch you next time. Thanks so much. If you enjoyed this video and want more stories from me, head over to my website at www.thechrisSumlin.com and pre-order my new book, Halfway Through My 20s, dropping early 2021.